Listen, my beloved child. I know you have been standing in a season where the light feels distant, where your prayers seem to echo into silence, and where every step feels heavier than the last. I have watched you cry when no one else was watching. I have seen the weight you carry in your chest, the questions, the fears, the feeling that maybe I've forgotten you. But hear me now, I have never left you. Even in the darkest moments when you felt abandoned, I was there, not silent, not absent, but working beneath the surface of your storm, shaping a testimony that will shake the very ground you walk on. The darkness you're in right now is not punishment, it's preparation. You see, my child, when you walk through nights so deep that your heart trembles to take another step, that's when I do my greatest work. I am not merely a God of comfort, I am the God who transforms. I do not only remove pain, I redeem it. Every tear that fell from your eyes was not wasted, it became a seed, planted in the soil of your future joy. And soon, those tears will bloom into strength, into purpose, into the kind of testimony that makes even the enemy regret ever touching you. Do not mistake silence for absence. You've asked me, God, why can't I hear you anymore? But my silence is not rejection, it is strategy. When a teacher gives a test, they do not speak, yet their eyes never leave the student. You are being tested, not to expose your weakness, but to reveal your growth. You've been through nights that broke your spirit, but you're still standing, aren't you? You still wake up and whisper my name, even when your voice shakes. That's faith, child, not perfection, not strength, but a trembling yes in the face of darkness. There is a war around you that you cannot see, not of flesh and blood, but of spirit. The darkness that surrounds you is not just trouble, it is territory that the enemy wants to claim. But what he does not understand is that you are mine. You were marked long before the pain began. And every attack meant to destroy you is becoming the very stage on which I will display my glory. The more the enemy surrounds you, the louder your testimony will sound when I bring you out. I know it's hard to believe while you're still in it. I know you wake up and wonder how much longer this night will last. You tell yourself, maybe tomorrow will be better, yet the storm doesn't move. But hear me, storms are not meant to destroy you, they are meant to reveal what can't be shaken. I am shaking things not to harm you but to make sure that only what's real remains. The fake friends will fade, the false hopes will break, the illusions will die, and what will remain is truth. My truth. The truth that you are chosen, protected, and destined for more than this season of pain. You've said, God, I can't take it anymore. But I say, you will not only take it, you will overcome it. Because inside of you, I have placed something eternal, a spark that no darkness can extinguish. It is the very breath I gave you when I formed you in your mother's womb. The enemy has tried to suffocate it, but he cannot touch what is divine. Every trial has only refined that light, made it purer, stronger, brighter. You may not see it now, but soon you will look back and realize, every valley was leading you to victory. Do you know why the night feels so heavy before the dawn? Because that's when hell fights hardest, when it knows morning is near. You are closer to breakthrough than you think. The reason you feel this pressure is because something inside you is about to birth. And every birth requires pain. But when this passes, you will hold in your hand something so beautiful that you will forget the suffering that brought you here. You will stand on the same ground where you once wept, and you will say, if it had not been for the Lord, I would have been lost. And you will mean it, not as a verse you memorized, but as a truth you lived. My child, I am rewriting your story. The chapters of sorrow will not define the ending. You thought this was the end, but this is the middle, the place where I am molding your faith, deepening your roots, teaching you to trust me even when nothing makes sense. I am removing what was built on fear and replacing it with what is built on faith. And soon, the world will see what I was doing in the dark. They will see how the same person who almost gave up became the one who shines my light for others. Your wounds are becoming windows for my glory to shine through. Yes, I allowed the darkness, but I never intended it to destroy you. I allowed it so that you could discover me in a deeper way, not as a distant God on a throne, but as the presence that sits beside you in the storm. I have been whispering to your spirit while the world grew silent. You thought no one understood your pain, but I did. I counted every tear. I felt every ache. And I was there, holding you even when you didn't feel me. My love has never wavered. My hand has never left yours. Do not look at this moment as your defeat. Look again. This is your making. I am forging you like gold in the fire. You are being purified, not punished. You are being stretched, not shattered. You are being prepared for what's coming next, because your life will carry impact. You will speak words that heal others because you will speak from scars, not theories. You will comfort the broken because you once broke too. And that's why I chose you, because you know what pain feels like, and yet, you still chose to love, to hope, to believe. Every time you said, I don't understand, I whispered, trust me. Every time you said, it's not fair, I said, wait and see. And now, my child, you are entering the turning point. The place where the unseen will become seen. The place where what I've been preparing in secret will begin to manifest. What once felt like delay will reveal itself as divine timing. You will understand why doors closed, why people left, why prayers seemed unanswered, because I was aligning everything for a greater purpose. The enemy wanted you to give up in the waiting, because he knows what happens when you finally step into your season. You don't just rise, you rise with power. The same darkness that tried to drown you will become the backdrop of your testimony. The same pain that tried to break you will become the proof of my presence. And the same storm that shook you will become the story that saves someone else. I am about to make the darkness pay for every moment it stole from you. I will restore the years that were lost. I will redeem the broken dreams. You will not just recover, you will overflow. And when you speak, chains will break. Because the authority that comes from surviving the fire cannot be faked, it is forged. And you, my child, have been forged in holy fire. So, lift your head. Breathe. The night is almost over. You've cried long enough. Now you will laugh again, love again, live again. Because I, the Lord your God, am faithful to complete what I started in you. The story isn't over, it's being rewritten in light. My child, listen closely, for I am about to open your eyes to what you could not see before. You have been walking through a valley so long that your feet have memorized its shadows, and your heart has learned to survive without sight. But what if I told you that even in the darkness, light was growing? What if I told you that the very pain that made you question me was the soil where I planted your greatest promise? You thought I had forgotten you, but I was only forming you. What felt like abandonment was, in truth, refinement. You were not buried, you were planted. And the difference, my beloved, is that what is buried is meant to stay hidden, but what is planted is destined to rise. You have been asking me, God, why is this taking so long? But time is not your enemy, time is my tool. I am using it to build strength within you that cannot be stolen. Quick blessings may come easily, but they fade quickly. I love you too much to give you something that will crumble at the first sign of pressure. I am teaching you endurance, faith, and resilience, because what I am preparing for you will require a stronger foundation than you've ever had before. And that's why the storm had to last as long as it did. I was not punishing you, I was preparing you for the weight of glory that is coming. Do you remember the nights when you wanted to give up? When you whispered, God, I can't do this anymore. Every one of those nights became a sacred altar where you offered me your pain. And I saw it, every tear, every sigh, every silent prayer that you thought disappeared into the air. None of it was wasted. Every drop of your sorrow was gathered into my hands, and I have been turning it into oil, oil that will anoint your next season, oil that will make you shine with a glory born only through fire. The darkness did not win, it refined you. It stripped away what was false so that only truth could remain. And that truth, my child, is this: you are mine. You always have been. Even when you walked through shadows, even when your faith was trembling, I never let go. I walked beside you when you thought you were alone. I fought battles on your behalf while you slept. I whispered to your spirit when your mind was too heavy to understand. You see, I am not waiting for you to be perfect to use you. I am using you through your imperfections to reveal my perfect grace. The pain you endured was not random, it was targeted. The enemy attacked what he feared most, your calling. He saw your potential before you did. He saw the light I placed inside you, and he knew that once it rises, it will not only change you, but everyone connected to you. That's why he tried to silence you, to isolate you, to convince you that you were forgotten. But every time you chose to believe me instead of the lies, you defeated him. I still believe, that you whispered through tears sent shockwaves through the kingdom of darkness. You've been through enough to destroy you, but you're still standing. Do you know what that means? It means your roots have gone deep into me. The winds came, but they couldn't uproot you because you are anchored in the unshakable. You thought you were breaking apart, but you were breaking open to revelation, open to purpose, open to the kind of faith that doesn't depend on circumstance. You don't even realize it yet, but you've grown. The same pain that made you cry is the same pressure that built your spiritual muscle. You are stronger than you think, wiser than you know, and closer to victory than you've ever been. I am about to turn your private battles into public breakthroughs. The world will see what I was doing behind the curtain. Those who doubted you will watch in awe as I lift you higher, not for your glory, but for mine. They will ask, how did they survive that, and your answer will simply be, God. Because this is not just about blessing you, it's about revealing me through you. Your scars will preach louder than your words. Your story will carry healing to others who thought their night would never end. You see, my child, I never waste pain. Everything that wounded you will now work for you. That betrayal that broke you, I'm turning it into wisdom. That loss that hollowed you, I'm filling it with compassion. That loneliness that nearly crushed you, I'm using it to make space for my presence. You thought you lost everything, but you were only being emptied to be filled with something greater. I had to remove what could not stay, so I could give you what will never fade. You prayed for me to open doors, but first I had to close some. You asked me for peace, but I had to expose what was stealing it. You wanted growth, but I had to prune what was draining you. Growth and pain often share the same space, my beloved. Do not curse what was meant to shape you. The season you hated is about to reveal its purpose. You will see that I was not destroying you, I was defining you. I was making you ready for what I already planned. The darkness tried to convince you that I was gone, but I was closest then. I dwell not only in the light, I dwell in the hidden, the quiet, the unseen. That's why I allowed the darkness, so you would learn to find me even there. You learned to hear my whisper when the noise faded. You learned to trust my presence when feelings failed. That's maturity, my child, not faith that needs to see, but faith that simply knows. Now hear me clearly, your night is ending. I am shifting the atmosphere around you. The chains that held you in confusion are breaking. The fog that blurred your vision is lifting. The heaviness that sat on your soul is lifting off, piece by piece, because my light is coming. Not just any light, your testimony's light. What you thought was your prison will become your platform. What you thought was your failure will become your foundation. You will speak of these days not with shame, but with gratitude. Because it was in the darkness that you met me face to face. The world will look at you and see transformation, but only you and I will know the cost of that glow. You will shine, not because life was easy, but because I was faithful. You will walk with power, not because you were perfect, but because you survived what was meant to destroy you. And when people ask how you made it through, you will tell them, it was God. It was always God. So now, my child, lift your eyes from the ground. The dawn is not coming, it's here. I am breathing life into the dry bones of your faith. I am turning your mourning into movement, your pain into purpose, your silence into song. You will no longer just speak about hope, you will become it. You will no longer just pray for miracles, you will walk in them. The darkness that once defined you will become the stage where my glory shines brightest. Your story will begin to ripple beyond you. The same people who watched you suffer will now watch you rise. And when they see your joy, your peace, your transformation, they will realize, there must be a God. And through your life, they will come to me. That is why I let the darkness surround you, because I was writing a testimony that will touch many. You were not just going through pain, you were going through purpose. And now, my beloved, the night is bowing to the morning. The enemy's roar is fading. You are stepping into the light that was waiting for you all along. Walk forward, not as the broken one, but as the chosen one. Not as the forgotten, but as the forgiven. Not as the victim, but as the vessel. Because I, the Lord your God, am not done with you. I am just getting started. My beloved child, you have walked through the valley, you have endured the silence, and you have carried the cross that no one else could see. But now I speak to you, lift your eyes, for the darkness that once surrounded you is bowing to the brilliance of my light. You are not the same person who entered the storm. You have changed, grown, been shaped by holy fire. And though you may still see the scars, those scars are not reminders of pain, they are marks of victory. They are proof that what tried to kill you has failed. They are proof that I, your God, kept you alive for a reason that will soon make perfect sense. Do you feel that stirring inside your spirit? That's not anxiety anymore, that's resurrection. That's the sound of everything I promised beginning to awaken. The doors that were locked are opening. The paths that were hidden are being revealed. What once was closed by men's rejection will now be opened by my favor. For I am the God who restores what was lost and multiplies what was surrendered. You gave me your pain, now I will give you purpose. You gave me your tears, now I will give you testimony. You gave me your heart, now I will give you a future that shines brighter than the darkness ever was. The enemy thought he could bury you under shame, fear, and disappointment, but he made one mistake, he forgot that seeds only grow when they are buried. And you, my beloved, were never meant to die there, you were meant to rise. From this soil of sorrow, you will spring forth in strength. From this pit of despair, you will climb out with power. And when you look back, you will see that the darkness was not your end, it was the womb of your beginning. You will soon walk into rooms that once ignored you. You will speak in places where your name was once rejected. You will shine in territories that once rejected your light. Because I, the Lord, am not merely bringing you out, I am bringing you up. I am setting you on a hill where your story will echo as hope for those still lost in their night. You will become the living proof that I can take ashes and create beauty, that I can take loss and write resurrection, that I can take broken pieces and make them shine like stained glass under my glory. And when people ask, how did you survive, you will say, because God was with me. When they ask, how did you forgive those who broke you, you will say, because God healed me. When they ask, how did you smile again after everything you went through, you will say, because God never let go of me. Your life will no longer be a mystery of pain, but a masterpiece of grace. I will make the world see what I can do through a heart that refused to quit. You once begged me to take away the storm. But now you will thank me for it. Because it was the storm that taught you how to stand. It was the wind that taught you how to balance. It was the darkness that taught you how to see. You learned that my presence is not proven by calm weather, but by unbroken faith. And now you stand stronger, not because you avoided the fire, but because you walked through it and came out refined. There will be a day, very soon, when the weight that pressed you down will turn into wings that lift you higher. You will look at the same place that once felt like your grave and call it holy ground. You will realize that every no was redirecting you to something greater. Every delay was protection. Every heartbreak was purification. And every unanswered prayer was me saying, wait, I'm building something better. The tables are turning now, my child. The last will become first. The forgotten will be remembered. The rejected will be chosen. I am flipping the script. Where you were once mocked, you will be honored. Where you were once weak, you will walk in strength. And those who doubted you will see that I was with you all along. They will realize that no weapon formed against you could prosper because you were never fighting alone. My angels have surrounded you from the beginning. My spirit has lived within you every step of the way. You were never abandoned, you were anointed. Now, step out of the shadows. The world has seen your pain, now let them see your power. The same hands that trembled in fear will now heal others with compassion. The same heart that broke will now beat with holy boldness. The same tears that fell in sorrow will now fall in gratitude. Because your story is no longer about survival, it's about revival. You are walking proof that I bring life out of death, joy out of mourning, beauty out of ashes. And I will use your voice, your past, your pain to call others into freedom. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone. Your fruit will speak for you. The peace on your face will preach louder than any words. The light in your eyes will testify that God is real. You will walk into places that once reminded you of loss, and you will carry such grace that even those who hurt you will see me through you. That's how powerful your healing will be. That's how deep my redemption runs. The darkness thought it owned you, but it never did. It was only the canvas where I painted your testimony. Every brushstroke of pain was turned into color. Every shadow became contrast for the glory I am revealing now. You will look back and see beauty, not bitterness. Because I, your Creator, never make mistakes. Every season had a reason. Every delay carried design. And now, it all comes together. You are stepping into fulfillment. The prayers you prayed years ago are about to find you. The promises you almost forgot are about to breathe again. You will see signs, alignments, confirmations, because the time has come. The night did its part, now it must end. The dawn has been waiting for you. Step into it boldly. Speak again, dream again, believe again. You are not walking toward victory, you are walking from it. It's already done. The cross sealed it, and my resurrection proved it. You are not fighting for light, you are the light I placed in the darkness. And now, as I close this message to your heart, hear me say this: you are loved, you are chosen, you are covered. The darkness around you has no power left. It has served its purpose. It has become your testimony. What once whispered fear will now declare faith. What once caused tears will now bring triumph. What once seemed hopeless will now overflow with glory. So rise, my beloved. Step into the dawn I have prepared for you. Walk not with fear, but with fire. Speak not from pain, but from purpose. And know that I, your God, go before you. I will guide your steps, open your doors, and crown your journey with peace. Your name is written on my heart, and your story is forever redeemed. The darkness around you is about to become your testimony. And that testimony will echo across lives you haven't even met yet. You will touch hearts you never expected. You will heal wounds you never saw. Because your story, my child, will not end in pain, it will end in purpose. It will end in victory. It will end in light. Go now, and let your light shine. Let the world see that you survived not by your strength, but by my grace. And when they ask how, smile, and tell them. Because God said the darkness was not the end, it was the beginning of my testimony. May my peace rest upon you. May my favor surround you. May my spirit lead you from this moment onward. In Jesus' name, amen. If this message touched your heart, share your testimony in the comments and subscribe for more words of hope and light.